Hey, coconuts. Okay, let me just set this up. Yeah, it's kind of cloudy out. We did get a little bit of rain today, first time in a couple of weeks. But um, yeah. Okay, Tonda, hi. Let me just get something in my car. Where is it? Welcome. Hell to the no. How are you? Next round's on your belt. Thank you for sharing my community post. Um, I want to address Markavius. Markham. Markavius, Markham, are you in the house? Markavius. One of Mummy Rambling's trolls. Could be a bot. I just saw the comments, so I haven't investigated it yet to see if it's a bot. Um, it also doesn't reply very well, so I am assuming it is a bot for right now, but I will investigate that. Markavius, Markham, so jealous. You know the bee video I made? Hi, just a mom. Welcome. You know the bee video I made? Mark, Markavius Markham thinks it's stock footage. Oh, thank you for the compliment because I did that video all by myself. And if you like Markavius, I had to write your name down. I had to write your name down on a piece of bounty. See? Glass. I'm gonna blow my nose on it in a minute because it's running. Um, that was my doing, but thank you anyway for thinking it's stock footage. My bee video, the flight of the bumblebee, and tomorrow I'll do a short, very short live. Well, I can even do a video and show you the exact. Well, I don't know if I can get the exact bee. I'll try to contact him. But there's in the exact flowers, the bushes, and everything. All right, but thank you. Hey, J May. Okay, so you see this? Hold on. Markavius. Markavius. Definitely. I have a feeling it's a bot. Very angry bot. It was replying to a lot of your messages. Really angry, angry person. It was just, the vinegar was so merb. Okay, can you see me in here? Okay, Markavius. Markavius. Too bad I didn't have one of those flowered napkins that Merv uses for decoupage that I blow my nose in. Okay, Markavius. All set. All set. Okay, how's everyone? You know what? This is a beautiful sunset. Oh my god, my glasses. Okay, let me get my glasses. The cloud to the right looks like a begging dog on hind legs. The cloud to the right. Oh yeah, I see it. Were you kids, when you guys were kids and you went on for those boring car rides with your parents, didn't you always look up in the clouds and to see figures and stuff? Hey, pause. I hope I didn't snoop. Long time snoop. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Thank you for coming. I hope everyone's staying cool. Yesterday it reached 100 degrees here. It's going to be in the high 90s until Tuesday. We have a water ban in effect. Um, it's pretty bad here. But no complaints because I hate winter. I hear people claiming, oh my god, it's so hot. You know, we'll wait till winter. Look at that. Look at that red down there. Whoops. Sorry. I got rid of the dog to the right. Okay, see the dog she's referring to? That could be a sign. That could be Merb's dog, you know, that got murdered. I think that's a sign. But it looks like it's on a broomstick. Or it could be Merb on a broomstick, actually, if you kind of look at it a different way. That could be Merb on a broomstick. The Wicked Witch. Just gorgeous. Puts everything into perspective. Yes, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Life is beautiful. We make what what we make out of it, or what we create. Come on, Pink. Think. You had supper. You got food in your brain. We are what we create. Watch my sad girl videos. I'm gonna upload a couple more of his. Um, it's a laundry and sunset spot of red. Yeah. Cloud watcher. Always. Yeah. I'll get you, my pretty. No, it's I'll get you, my pretty. Has she sued yet? I went home. I'm up at Chill Hill near my original home. I just gathered my mail, and I'm waiting for anything from her state suing. And I'm getting disappointed because I'm really looking forward to this. Don't you hate it when someone threatens something for a few years and they don't follow through? I don't like that. Follow through. Be organized. It only costs, what is it, $250 to file a civil suit? It may be different in New York, but just come on, do it. I could use a little vacay. I already got my suitcase. It's all packed, actually. It really is. I never unpacked it when I came back from Maui. So it's packed. It's packed. I always leave the packed suitcase. You never know when you're just gonna up and go. She'll never sue. She's got too many bad actions. But she keeps saying she's suing. Why does she do that then? Hey, Sarah, you're not that late, honey. You're going to pick up my grocery order. I'll be listening. Okay. What did you get? Anything good? I don't like it when people say things and they don't follow through. It's like the little boy who cried wolf. So when she really needs help, no one believes her anyway with anything. Hey, Melinda. Welcome, everybody. You don't have to answer coconuts. I know you're tired. Oh, I've missed Chill Hill. I'm drinking water. I hate water. I hate water, but I'm drinking it. Can you imagine a lawyer going through her hard drives at $200 an hour? 200, it's way more than that. It's at least, I think now, $350 to $400 an hour. At least that's what my significant other tells me. Now he does mediation. Maybe it's different. I don't know. With maybe if you're a criminal defense lawyer, it's more money. But mediator lawyers charge $350 to $400 an hour. And that's for businesses. It's not for like neighbors who are fighting and stuff. It's business mediations. Merb needs to worrying about herself. You mean to stop worrying about herself? She should. I hope she listens to my sad girl videos. It could change her life. Somebody put a comment. Every time I put one up, what's her name? Melissa. Melissa something. It's initial. Merber, you're taking notes. That was cute. You pay $350 an hour for estate mediation. Yeah. Maybe she's going to use the same attorney that she used when Patricia sued her. Mm. Right, Telly girl? It's like yes, exactly, the golden ticket on Willy Wonka. And you know, there's going to be so many of us going. Now, as witnesses, we will be able to get into the courtroom because we're going to have to take the stand. I don't know if I will because I've never had anything personal with Merb. But she could certainly, she said she's suing everyone who was in Natasha Cooper's chat a few days ago. And I said, it's 5 o'clock and I'm having dinner. So she said, anyone who chatted in there is getting sued. So I imagine I'm being sued for having supper at 5 o'clock. So it's going to be like the Depp trial. People who are not witnesses are going to have to stand outside, grab a ticket, camp out. And I'm sure it will attract news channels. Yeah, Sarah. What I hear, I'm getting sued. You're getting sued first? Oh, you're a risk flight. Oh, hell to the nose, the risk flight. What did you do? Allegedly, allegedly. So I put on my community post, Save Robbie. That's his channel name, Save Robbie. Shared his mummy rambling story today, late this afternoon. I watched the replay of it. I do disagree with one thing he said, and I shared it on my community post. So please go over there. If you like him, subscribe. If you don't. But he does talk about his experience, what Mummy Ramblings did to him, and it was bad. I also heard from a reliable source that she also went on Zillow and shared the inside of his residency. Well, not his, but the person he lives with. But we're talking real life calling jobs. This includes the Ramblers. Um, but I won't say anything more. Just watch it and give it a like. One thing I disagree with Robbie is when he said that she has a huge channel. Hi, Yvette. So the whole of YouTube, to me, 40,100 and something subscribers, to me is not a huge channel. That's the only thing I disagree with. Um, I mean, she hasn't even gotten herself a YouTube pillow or whatever they send if you get 100,000 subs. We are just a little corner, a grain of sand in this big place called YouTube. When you look at other channels who have over 100,000, I would say when you get up to 500,000, to me, that's a huge channel. So 40,000, no. And especially with the numbers that she's bringing in, it doesn't reflect a huge channel, but that's just how I look at it. And us, for who have 3,000, 2,000, 4,000, 7,000, 10,000 subscribers, we're not huge at all, none whatsoever, which is fine. I don't want to grow too big. But I took offense to a creator out there, I won't mention the name, who referred to us smaller channels. It was just in the presentation of it, the attitude of it. Um, as far as getting the word out on Mommy Ramblings, I think each channel that goes live that talks about it is so powerful, despite how many subs they have. When you speak the truth, that is power. So I don't look at channels for how many subscribers they have and getting the word out. I think between all of us who have channels, who do put out videos, who do show proof, receipts, like Clip Channel, Hell to the No, um, the word has gotten out. The word has gotten out. You all serve a purpose. Exactly, exactly. So I did take offense to, the smaller channels. And then the person said, well, don't take it as an offense. Well, then why mention it? Like, really, why even mention it? Yes, I did take it as offensive, but, And it was the attitude. It was just it was loud in there and just, you know, pissed off. And that's just not the kind of channels. I get too anxious in those kind of channels. And I'm sure the person's a great person. I don't even watch this person that much. I went in there a couple of times. It's just not my thing. The yelling and, you know, um, I made several comments and didn't even get a response, nothing. I was just like, bye. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. Each sub matters more than numbers. Absolutely. Subscribers do matter. It's not about, I've always said it, it's not about the numbers. It's the quality that you present. I've gone live, even if I've had one person in my live, I stay live. Even if there's zero, I stay live because each person does matter. You see some creators be like, oh, Molly Golightly used to do this. Oh, there's only 47 people in here. It's not worth me staying live. Bye. And she would end the live. And I'd be like, ouch, ouch, don't do that. I do think Hell to the No BBT and you, Pink Lady Luck, have done an amazing job making people feel comfortable to come forward. Thank you. And that's what it should be. It's for the people who've been hurt. You know, give them an opportunity to speak. And um, it shouldn't be a competition. And, you know, not that maybe it's not that, but sometimes I feel like, you know, well, come over to my channel because I get more people that come, or the people that will come to that one channel are people who already know what's going on. Everybody knows because of all the smaller channels. And a lot of people don't like the yelling, you know, why didn't you inform me about what Merb did? And let me tell you something. Being a messenger, running over to someone and saying, hey, you know, this one's talking shit about you. I've been there, I did it, I've done it, and it turned out not so great. So I think it's up to us as creators to be aware of our surroundings, check in once in a while, and if someone and just if someone says, hey, you know, refer them to the channel, and that's it. But a lot of people just don't want to get involved, and you can't blame your subs for that. You just can't. Who wants to stay around? She's either late and it takes another 20 minutes to fix her computer. Who? Tonda who? Thanks, sweet Susie. Thanks for being here. Rocky Road ice cream from Baskin Robbins for later. We have Ben and Jerry's up here because we're close to Maine. And I love Trader Joe ice cream. Ben and Jerry's I like, but it's got too much stuff in it. I wish they just had ice cream that didn't have so many chocolate pieces in it or marshmallows. But Trader Joe ice cream is phenomenal. And it's cheaper than the ice cream in supermarkets. Merb, I want to show you something. Hold on. My son's friend works on a lobster boat on the coast of New England. I just stopped by my house. I don't know if you can see it. This is lobster. See the tail? I got it on a nice pack. Can you see? Yeah. He brought home 6 lobsters. I particularly don't like seafood. That is New England lobster, fresh. But I am bringing it back to somebody who wants some. Um, So my son asked me, he texted me, and was trying to find a humane way to kill a live lobster. I did reach out to a friend of mine in Maine, but she didn't send the text till way later, which is fine because she works on lobster boats, Black Eagle, and my son was trying to find a way other than boiling them because it's considered cruel to a lobster. So he looked up an alternate way of killing a lobster, and it says stab them with a knife right between the eyes. And I was like reading this text, and I'm like, oh my God, just stop. I can't talk about this. I can't. I can't. Just figure it out on your own. And then I looked online, and what you really should do is, yes, stab them between the eyes, but put them in a freezer for 5 to 7 minutes, and they get sleepy. You don't want to freeze them completely, you ruin the meat. And then you stab them between the eyes. Oh, I can't do it. Well, J May, how do you cook lobster? So I remember as a kid seeing lobster be put in a hot boiling thing of water, and I remember hearing that whistling. And when I got older, I learned that those were the cries from the lobster. I was like, I'll never do it. My neighbor used to be a Gloucester lobsterman. Really, Tally girl? Are you from? Thank you for the PayPal. I won't mention your name. Thank you so much. I won't. Are you from Massachusetts or New England? Gloucester. These lobsters were taken from Hull, Mass, which is going down toward the Cape Cod. Yeah, Snoop. I'm not a lobster fan. I like maybe like the tail. I'll dip a little bit in butter, but that's just. It doesn't fill me up. It's something I'll never order in a restaurant. I don't go crazy over it. I go to Morton's for lobster. Never cook it. My dad made me clean trout. Traumatized. Oh, that's called scaling a fish. I taught my kids that. We go to Cape Cod every summer for a vacation, and we catch fish, and I would filleting a fish, not scaling, filleting a fish, and I would teach them how to fillet a fish. Tally, you grew up in Dorchester. I was. Did we talk before? I was born in Dorchester. St. Margaret's Hospital. It's not there anymore. St. Elizabeth's bought it out, or I don't know. It's a shelter now for women. But they had a home for unwed mothers. There was a wing of the hospital that was a dormitory for unwed mothers. That's where I was born. My Yeah, Dorchester. Dana, a little bit. Her dad grew up in Dorchester. Hey, Nancy Drew. So, so yeah, I checked my mail. No lawsuit yet. And the thing is, I can hop on a plane like it's like taking a cab for me at Logan Airport. It's not that far. Just get on it. It would take me, let's see, New York City, it takes about 45 minutes. So upper state New York, I'd say an hour flight. I love going fishing alone with Dad, though. My sister would never go. You a tomboy, J May? I was such the tomboy. I watched my dad do everything, even shave. I was used to be like fascinated when he shaved, and then he would put a little shaving cream on my nose, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is great." I even remember my dad giving me airplane rides. I must have been like 3 years old, 3 or 4. When I was a kid, my dog, Dalmatian, and insanely smart. slipped out of her collar. It was winter. She returned back home with a live lobster in her mouth and dropped it at my feet. Oh my God, Nichols, that is awesome. That is awesome. Usually, your pets bring home a mouse or something. Here, have a lobster. Oh, your neighbors had the lobsters on their deck in the snow. Yeah, I had a neighbor who had a pit bull. It was the sweetest pit bull. It was so sweet. It wasn't mean or vicious. And I remember grilling and putting hot dogs on, they were on the grill. And I had the sliding glass door open. And after I cooked them, I put them on a plate. I brought them in my house, walked back out to the patio. So in between me walking out, the dog came in. I never saw her come in, grab the hot dogs, and then I saw her bolt by me with a mouthful of hot dogs. She lost so many subs, but yet her sub count remains the same, never goes down. She's making sure that doesn't slip before 40 to 39 because that would show reality. I think she's already getting a reality check with her numbers. And she knows it's only drama that will increase her numbers. So I'm surprised she's not doing more drama. Thanks, Nancy. Clouds look like me chasing my dog, my half wolf. It's beautiful, isn't it? Get some trees in there. Do you know, speaking of ancestry, do you know like 23 and Me or whatever it's called? Someone did it was on the news or something, but they're saying that your data is being sold. I have to look it up again because I forgot the details, but it was a little bit concerning that when you send in your DNA sample and they're not stealing your DNA, they're stealing they're selling, I shouldn't say stealing, they're selling your data, whatever that is, your family or whatever, sold to China. Yes, I've never done Ancestry.com before, and now I have my doubts. Um, it could use for bioweapons against your own genetics. Jeez. 23, yeah, they talked about 23andMe. So I don't know if Ancestry.com is the same or if it's just 23andMe. So, so I don't know if it's that important enough for me to find out. Can you imagine doing that and finding out things that you didn't know? Like, it could be also like opening up a Pandora's box. When you think one thing your whole life, your father was your father, or your mother was your mother, and then you send in your DNA and you find out something different, and then they automatically link you up to people with similar DNA, and maybe someone doesn't want to be found. Maybe someone just sent in their DNA. They were just curious, but didn't realize that they're going to link your DNA. And I'm sure they have a disclaimer that you have to sign, but the thing is, people need to read it. Yeah. You look like your mom enough for me, but sister said I was adopted because I wasn't pretty. Oh my God, aren't siblings awful? Of course, growing up, I am adopted, so I never had that comeback from a sibling. You're adopted. One of my kids, my boys, told my daughter that when she was younger, and she was curious about how she came to be and whatever. One of her brothers told her that we were walking down like Palm Ave in Boston. She fell out of a tree, and we caught her. I'm like, oh my, don't say that. Or another county buying your genetics. Yeah. I'll tell you, life has changed. And I was thinking the other day, before cell phones and technology, the internet, how fast our world has evolved, with technology. And it's also pretty scary. In Sadhguru, I might upload that video. He has a friend who is a physician, scientist, and who researches stem cell research. And they're actually, get this, you have to pay for it though, so it's expensive. You can actually make your own liver. This is all through stem cells. Your own liver, your own heart, kidneys, because their goal is they want people to live to their 500 years old. And the topic of Sadhguru was who would want to live that long, and he talked about death. I should upload it, and how people grieve, and it's not fair. You took my brother away from me. You took my husband, and your brother and your husband wasn't yours in the first place for anyone to take. Um, but he does it in a philosophical way. So it sounds cruel, but it's not. But anyway, so stem cell research can produce, they're already working on it, can produce a liver, but within that liver, there can be teeth. If you get a heart transplant from your stem cells, within that heart could be a nose, because they have yet figured out they cannot extract particular DNA that creates your teeth, your nose, you understand, right? So you could have a new liver that will grow teeth. So I should upload that girl video. It's wild, absolutely wild. Who's riding her bike across the sky? The Wicked Witch. Is she riding her bike still? Or did she wreck it? Those bikes, the expensive ones, are so sensitive. The gears. And if you don't know, these are bicycles. Well, I would say bicyclists who compete, their bikes cost over $10,000. But even the $3,000 bikes, because I had one, they are so sensitive that it's so easy to break a gear if you don't know how to go from one gear to the other. It's so delicate. I wrote to my son for the first 17 years of his life, and we became friends in mafia wars before we met in person. You never know how these meetings will go. I'm grateful. Oh, Kathy, that's beautiful. Oh, you don't think she hurt Locker High? I don't think she rides a bike. Look how out of breath she gets walking. If you're going to start riding a bike, I suggest do it on flat land first, build up your endurance, rather than start on hilly roads. It's like an elliptical. I have an elliptical. I start easy when I first got it. The first thing you want to do is do the hill, right? Where the tension is like up high and you're like sweating. I'm gonna get in shape. I'm gonna get toned. No, start easy. You want to build up endurance. You want to build up muscle, right? And then you start doing hills. Did you guys see in France. What's it called? The Women's Tour de France. That thing, that tour, I mean, and at the finish line is that big ass hill. It's like Heartbreak Hill for the Boston Marathon, but this is at the end of the race. Your puppy chewed your earbuds. Thank God she didn't swallow them. Okay, Carla. I hope MRB has a resale certificate too. You can't sell anything with just a business license. You need a resale certificate. With that, there are certain items you can sell. I think it depends on the manufacturer, but I get it. But it's very expensive to buy. I don't understand why her shit's so expensive when she buys it for so cheap. $750. What I don't like is if when you buy a product through PayPal, do it under goods and services. It protects you also. Because if something comes broken and you do it under family and friends, there's no guarantee you're going to get your product replaced or your money back. You have to do it under goods and services. That way, if you receive damaged goods or none at all, you can go to PayPal and request a refund. And someone I know that recently happened to them, they ordered something and it never got delivered. And it was ordered under goods and services through PayPal, and this person was PayPal reimbursed only because it was under goods and services. So, hey, St. Elmo's Fire, she listens and reads everything. Well, wave to Merv. Hello? Anyone sick of the decoupaging? Why doesn't she decoupage Jimmy? A human. If she ever goes back to mini brand balls, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna lose my shit with them mini brand balls. Did she ever get the golden ketchup? I still have the mini brand ball that I actually brought with me when I moved. It's a silver one. When Merb walks, she has certain sounds, like it's like a Sasquatch gait sound. The gait of her stride is distinct. Oh, I never noticed that. Also, her back has that hump, I think, from being on the computer too much. Yeah, that's the hump on the back is all posture. It's it's not genetic. I mean, no, no. It's all posture. A lot of people like who stand at their job, especially over machinery and stuff like that, or if you're a secretary, yeah, you've got to chest out, shoulders back. Isn't it beautiful, Melinda? I would think she would be tired of decoupaging. And when you decoupage shells or anything, it doesn't last. They don't last forever. So keep that in mind too. The glue dries up over time. The napkins pull up. A posture brace. And I'll tell you now, with kids, not kids, even adults, we all look down at our cell phones. We're going back in evolution. So evolution, you see the caveman, and then you see him becoming more upright, and then it shows the human being, right? Straight. Well, now we're going back to the caveman where they're hunched over. Yeah, coconuts. Yeah, the shells. I don't know what the purpose of them is, honestly, but hey, to each his own. To each his own. This is Kathy's pet shop. Hey, you never know. Let me get my iced coffee, my cold coffee. I brought a sweater. I thought up on the hill it would be breezy, but it's not. Jason, you gonna stay a while or just pop in and leave? Just kidding. How are you, Jason? Good to see you. It's like I don't see you anymore, Jason. So it's nice that you come over. Good. Staying cool? You don't have air conditioning at your work, right, Jason? Didn't we talk about that a year or so ago? Hell to the no, you're so bad. Uh, if Merb sues, there's a great chance. First of all, she'll perjure herself. It'll be like the Alex Jones trial. Like she'll just keep tripping up and she'll be caught in lies left and right. So she'll perjure herself. But they're also going to find out that she has been involved in criminal activity of some sort. There has to be. And she could very well end up in jail. So, seeing Elmo's fire, it's interesting. If you go back to earlier videos of a lot of creators who allow themselves to get stressed out, right? They look very different. I mean, YouTube will drain the shit out of you, the life out of you if you allow it. And that's what I see with Merb. Is she looks very different. She looks worn out. She looks very worn out. And I say that with mindfulness because of just her behavior. Stress does affect our bodies and our health, and it certainly has affected her. And she looks gaunt. Like, I don't know if she's losing weight in her face, but she looks very gaunt. Like, you can see the circles under her eyes, and stress is getting to her for sure. Yeah, washed out. She never gets rest. No pause. St- Again, I'll even share Sadhguru's video. Maybe I'll just tag it on how to sleep better and how important sleep is. Although Sadhguru only gets like 2 hours of sleep a night, but he's so into meditation that it kind of puts him in a peaceful uh, state anyway. That maybe he doesn't need as much sleep. But he talks about drinking water, the temperature of water we should drink. We should never drink cold water, room temperature water. And if you have certain ailments, you would drink warmer water. Um, and it all goes back to like Aristotle's and food and water as medicine and as healers to the body. So I drink room temperature water no matter how hot it is. You should get Groucho Marx nose and glasses for your parrot. I already have one of those. You won't believe how much crap I have of my costumes at home. I have a referee outfit. I have a nun's habit. I have one of those dresses from the Roaring Twenties. Um, I don't have a prison outfit. I had to use orange scrubs and use black duct tape for stripes, but I have so much stuff at home. Yeah, Carla. Yeah, she's a serial animal murderer. You have a medical question. Is cool or warm mist better for pneumonia? I would say cool. You mean mist to breathe in or for a room? I would say cool. Only because I know, like, my daughter has asthma. She had it worse when she was younger, but I would put her in the bathroom with the warm steam, and it made her asthma worse. So that's a good question. I really can't answer that, even with an opinion. Um, you would think warm mist opens up the bronchioles, but I don't know. That's a good question. All right, Jason, you're always dropping your friggin' channel in here. Do you ever just come in here and just say hello? Every time, Jason. Every time. God love you, Jason. She won't last much longer at the rate she's going. Oh, do any of you guys know Sip Tea with Marie? She's an OG. She's in her 50s. She has early onset dementia. Um, she's a creator. I just, thanks, Jason. Right back at you. I just noticed that her channel is not around anymore. And it wasn't like she got it terminated. I did email Diane. I think Diane said she's going to email her. I have Marie's email too, but I'm just hoping she's okay. Melinda, this is how I look at it, okay? What you put into your life or what you put out into life, good or bad, is your doing, okay? So when not so great things come back, people we refer it to as like karma. Karma means change. Um, so we don't have we don't have to seek revenge. Like you know how people say, "Oh, you'll get yours, and I'm gonna make sure you get yours." No, because the universe works. It's really fascinating. Your physiology, your chemistry, what you create is exactly what you get back. So, you don't have to, and that's why I don't get mad at Merb. Like, I don't let her get to me because I know that this whole shitstorm that has been created is because of her doing. Even if someone else, say, hurt her, okay, how she reacts to it and how she handles it is still her own doing. If she has a choice. She can either live happily, blissfully, peacefully, or she can live miserably, sad. She can be sad. So it's all your own choice how you respond to people, how you react to situations. So, and it's like taking poison and expecting the other person to die. So when I look at Merb and what she has created, the choices that she makes, and you see that there's so much mayhem and chaos around her and coming out of her mouth, it is because that is what she created. And again, I'm not saying, oh, everyone's perfect. No one hurt her either. I'm sure, people have been mean to her or said nasty things to her, but you don't have to, you can take that and love yourself enough to say, you know what, your thoughts do not define me. You cannot re identify me. I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? So it's all up to her and the choices she makes. Um, as far as if she wants to be successful or not on YouTube. She's creating her own mess. You don't do revenge or just end it with the person that wrongs you. Me too, J May. And that is God's doing, and I talked about that before, that Merb always quotes scripture from the Bible, and um, but yet on the same token, she'll speak about revenge and hoping people get what's coming to them. You can't be a true Christian and and speak Bible scriptures and at the same time seek revenge from people, because that is God's job, not ours. Vengeance is mine, right? Says God. So even if everybody went away on YouTube except Merb, if everyone just left her alone, right, she would still create mayhem because of the choices and the direction she chooses to take her life. Merv started with the scripture from Sandy R. Well, there's a lot of people out there who claim to be Christians, but, you know, you can tell right away that they don't know what they're talking about, that it's just kind of like, you know, a shield. Well, I'm a Christian, and, you know, um, yeah, and what does that mean? Okay? I mean, Merv talked about when people say they're a good person. If anyone says they're a good person, they're really not. Well, I can say the same thing for anyone that says, well, I'm a Christian. No, you're really not. Because if you were, first of all, you would be acting like a Christian does. My mom told me to forgive your siblings in your heart, but never speak to them again. Do you know Sadhguru talks about, I don't know if it's from the Bible or when they say love your enemies, but do you know, like, Sadhguru's philosophy is you don't have to love your enemies. You don't have to. He says that's ridiculous. He's funny too. He's got a sense of humor. Your brother can be a real pompous ass. Hey, Aunt Timon, how are you? She takes the no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Way out of context. God requires something from us first. Yeah. And you would think she would stop. I'm sure she listens to everyone, that she would stop reading scripture, knowing that her actions are so different than what the scriptures read. But narcissists don't see it that way. They don't. They're so egotistical that their brains can't think beyond their own selves. Well, then she shouldn't call herself a Christian if she doesn't read the Bible, or that she can't quote for herself and has to quote from Sandy. My siblings went to a church that praised wealth, so they stole mom's money and tried to declare her incompetent. They always say I'm a Christian. That's awful. Yeah, Casbat had a good live. I caught most of it this afternoon on a particular preacher who preaches against homosexuality, and women should never let themselves go. Like, they should always look good for their husbands. It's a good live if you're interested. This guy is a total ass. What about Brittany Griner? Brittany Griner. Who's Brittany Griner again? See, now I'm almost fire. I did a parody. Well, I did a parody of the birthday cake on Diane's channel. I did it, what, 6 weeks ago, I think? 2 months ago? So if you go to her channel and just look for my name's in her title, I did a. I even bought a birthday cake. I bought a cake. I actually a freaking $25 cake for that damn parody. And I think Hell to the No or BBT um, it's clipped anyway. Yeah, who remind us who Brittany Griner is? The name sounds familiar. There's been so many crime cases out there. I get confused who's who. Yeah. Do you know what's his face who went to jail? That preacher, Baker. He goes to jail, right? He comes out and now he's selling like, survival packs. Just doesn't learn his lesson, but calls himself a Christian. My male cousin walked in and says, "What the hell, right?" Brittany Griner. Who is she? Oh, the basketball player stuck in Russia. Very political. Very political. Let me tell you something. First of all, it's the law in Russia. Even if you were Russian and you get caught with that stuff, you're going to get the same sentence. But Russia, it's like, they know when the Americans come over, they put their claws out. And it's all for political gain. And of course, they want to do. I think they want someone released who's in Germany, and we don't have the power to do that. So I haven't followed it completely, um, but it's sad. But you don't check your bags before you go. I mean, the Russians, they're looking, they're waiting for that chance when the Americans come over, especially during the Olympics. They're going to go through your bags more than they would go through someone else's bags because they use these people for political gain. Yeah, it's awful. I heard that she's hanging in there, she's staying strong. I don't think she's being mistreated. Um, I don't think the U.S. Um, will negotiate. I just don't see it happening. But who knows? Merb's a mean. Hi, Ivy Lynn. Whole life, little consequence, and she thought she was a thing, and she isn't, and is lashing out. Yeah, Merb, a lot of people say, it's mental illness. Nah. Some people are just mean, rotten to the core. I don't see anything that indicates like schizophrenia, bipolar. Not that I would diagnose, but you could see, if somebody was manic, even though all these decoupage is pretty manic, right? But you don't hear it in her, that mania. And then you don't see those long bouts of depression unless I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. But definitely, with her childhood stories brought light to a lot of my thinking about one being the loneliest number. Maybe that's why she hoards now. Um, Going after the romper room lady because they got rid of snack time on TV, or they didn't say her name when the romper room lady looked through the wand, right? So the fact that she holds on to that anger even from childhood, you know, is very telling. Oh, I believe she needs help. Even a narcissist, um, the help in the sense of managing your narcissism. And more people where narcissism has been talked about now. It's, not an unfamiliar term or word we hear now. More and more people who are narcissists are recognizing that in themselves and are seeking help and to manage their narcissism. There's no pill that can take it away. It's all you can do is manage it. Thanks, Ivy. I appreciate that. Hey, Bebop. All right, so listen, I'm gonna end the live. I gotta get back to my other location. It's Randy's Life is live now. Can someone drop the link? They're discussing the private investigation with Merb. Um, and I didn't know she was going live, or she probably didn't know I was going live. Probably doesn't care if I'm going live. Um, I don't think she follows me, but um, they're talking about the private investigator, and apparently they have the truth. So if somebody wants to drop the link to It's Randy's Life, that would be awesome. Um, and Wendy Wunwin is her panel guest. I don't know how involved Randy and Wendy are in that, what truth they have, but let's go over and listen, okay? Everyone, Veronica, hi. Everyone, if I missed anyone, my apologies. Carla. Right, Carla. You're absolutely right. And it's sad because Merb is only hurting Merb, you know? And like I said, her doings are her. She's a willing participant in her own doings. So you can't help but think, all she has to do is change her attitude, pick up yoga, meditation, a whole new insight to life and getting to know herself more and changing the things that she needs to change about her. She can't blame anyone. It's how she reacts. This is life. And right? Who said life is fair? It's not. Life is not fair. And that's the way it is. It's how we deal with it that matters. And she's not dealing with it very well. Did someone drop the link? Thanks, Ivy. Can someone drop the link to It's Randy's Life? Please. Yes, Carla. No, some people are just evil. The devil walks amongst us. I truly believe that. Thanks, Pause. I truly believe that. I believe that the devil does cross our paths in our life. And I believe it's a test, whether it's a test of our faith, it's a test of us, how we handle things. Um, so when the devil crosses our path or stays on our path, um, I believe we are being tested from our higher power. Okay, I don't know if anyone dropped the link, but just look up It's Randy's Life, Randis Life. Okay? All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. Life isn't fair. Sadly, we have an expiration date. Nobody wants to deal with her, and she will be completely alone. And she needs to stop hurting others who are vulnerable. I agree. Yes. Yeah. She feels entitled to do that, and especially to create things and have no proof, like what she did to Robbie. Um, Never any proof, and yet her followers believe everything. It's amazing that people are that's stupid to believe what a person says without any proof. That's so cult-like. It is a cult. Okay, let's drink the Kool-Aid. Ha 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 ha. Hey, Julie. Long time. Thank you, Hell to the No. All right. We'll see you later. Bye, everyone. Thanks for coming.